What is good, everybody? I am in my living room today, and as long as the dogs behave, we're going to chill in here and we're going to talk about how to find the BPM on any sample. You probably already know that BPM means beats per minute, but what you might not know is what they mean by beat. And pretty much in most cases, they are referring to quarter notes. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. When I was just like a vinyl DJ back in the 60s, I would have to figure out the BPM by putting the record on, take a little stopwatch, and I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for 60 seconds. And whatever that number was, if I stopped at 98, then that song was 98 BPM. And that will help you kind of just understand exactly what it is we're trying to figure out, how many quarter notes happen within 60 seconds. So let's go into the DAW here. Ableton defaults to 120 BPM unless you change it. So I have this at 120 just to make sure everything's like super default. This first little sample up here is from like a sample pack. Here's what it sounds like. So this is 2 bars, meaning when I hit play, I count it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. What I'm gonna do is hit Control, right click, and I'm gonna put my grid on 2 bars. Here is 2 bars right here, and I've got my looper ready to roll. You also want to make sure that warp is turned off. No matter where I put the BPM of my DAW, even though you see the piece stretching, when I play it, it still sounds exactly the same. If I turn my BPM all the way down to 20 BPM, it's not changing the sound of the sample. It's only changing the view. You're seeing it stretch, obviously. That's just changing the viewpoint of it. That's not changing the speed or the pitch or anything else. So we want the length of this sample to match this 2 bars right here. And I'm going to pull this sample over here. And what I'm going to do is just pull the BPM down until it's the right length. Let's blow it up a little bit. We're getting really close at 79, 77. Bam. This sample is at 77 beats per minute. And if I hit play, it should loop real nice and clean. Yeah. So this one is 77. But let's say we had something like this. This is super long. So this little piece of audio right here, it just keeps doing that loop for a minute and a half or something. I'm just going to cut me out a 2 bar section. So let's listen to it. I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to count 2 bars and then I'm going to make a cut there also.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4.
Looks like right about here. I've got my BPM back at 120 again. And once again, let's bring the BPM down. Getting close at 75. 74 looks like that. And 73 looks like that. I think that's close enough to where we can probably just pop that right on. And let's listen to this. Boom. All right. So this sample right here is 73 beats per minute. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to play it one more time and watch right here at this transient is, I think, where it needs to be looping. Yeah, so Instead of like cutting or trimming the piece yet, I'm going to bring it over here to our little 2-bar looper. I'm just going to keep my eye right here on this note and try to bring this note right up against the line of the looper line. And getting close. Let me turn my view up. We're at about 90. That puts this one at 90 beats per minute. And let's have a listen. Sounds good. All the samples so far have been tempo specific. They've had a beat and a rhythm. And some samples are not. Like for instance, and this guy. Those are just long drawn out notes. Nothing is tempo specific about them. You can use these on any BPM you want. Sometimes it can be a little vague and a little hard to tell what is and isn't tempo specific. Like for instance, this guitar stab. It's kind of just a one shot. And it's kind of just a stab, but those wah-wahs are definitive enough that you probably want to figure out that tempo. So let's pull this guy over here into the looper. Another important thing is that this is only 1 bar. All the samples so far, I think we've been doing 2 bars. Let's put our looper on the 1 bar. We're going to turn it up until it lines up. And that looks like about 111 BPM. So let's hear that. Let's turn the metronome on. And that sounds pretty good. And there you have it, folks. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Be sure to hit that subscribe, and peace.